Hello, welcome to today's video. I just wanted to be really honest and vulnerable about this experiment that I'm doing. And you know, my whole channel, it's like a lab for spiritual awakening, for you guys to look into, like, what happens if, and so that's why I like to be so transparent and so authentic about what I go through and the things I try and just everything, the light and the dark of it. Because that's spiritual awakening, right? It's not just one thing. It's not just love and light. It's a really dynamic movement. It's an ebb and a flow. And I just want to start this video by saying I started one hell of a fire. Like, when you really, really stay in your power, when you really stay in alignment, the spiritual fire, the Agni as it's called, just grows and grows and grows, and it just becomes so powerful, and it just becomes basically like this raging inferno. And it's incredible, it's beautiful, it's burning away everything that's old, that's not you, that's unconscious. But this fire also has a bite to it. It's really, really hard on the nervous system. And that's why I'm sharing this, because I have some messages I want to share, but I want to share my experience first, which is, it can be so much energy, so much light. It's like this incinerating, hot, like burning light. And so it's really hard on the human for a while. It's really hard on the nervous system. I haven't been sleeping much. So much is coming out. Like, you can tell in my face, like I'm just having, like, I usually don't have breakouts, but it's a deep purge starts happening. It's like this incinerating, hot, flaming fire of light, but it's very purifying in its essence. So it's amazing. It's a beautiful thing. I don't want to discourage any of you from doing it, but I want to show the other side, that there is a reason there are parts of you that are a little hesitant about it, that maybe you consciously give away your power in certain ways, because there is that fear of the fire that starts to get kindled and really starts to burn when you do stay in alignment for long periods of time. And like I said, I don't want to discourage any of you, but I want to say what I'm learning and what I want to share to you is, if you feel in your heart to go slow, to be patient. I mean, this is not a race. Sometimes, like I have been recently, we are inspired genuinely from the divine realm to, you know what I mean? To really go all in. And it's from a place, it's real when it's from a place where you're not trying to get anything out of it. When your consciousness just wants to explore something out of curiosity, as literally an experiment. And this is how it transpired for me. And this is why I was able to commit to it and stay really true to it, because it was from a genuine place of not chasing something. Because if you do something like this and you're chasing, you're going to more than likely just succumb to an old addiction right away, or you're going to derail yourself. But if it's true, yes, of course, we go forward and we listen to the divine, and we walk into the flames of that fire. And we let ourselves burn, and we have face breakouts, and we don't sleep, and we get really tired, and our nervous system gets worn out. And so, yeah, last night it got to the point where it was so much light. It was so much transformation and alchemy. It was just so much for my human. I asked for a break. I never really do this, but I asked the divine, okay, I need a break. This body, this system, the psyche needs to rest. I was in such a fire there for the last, few days, that I wasn't even able to do sessions. Because I was just, all the energy and space I had was tending to the fire that was going on within me, because it was so raging. It was like the whole fire crew, was going to this one huge forest fire, and it was like all the water I had was going to that fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, Every bit I have awareness I had was like needed to be with that fire. And so I finally last night got to this point where like I even told Spirit I need a break. And I have had a little break. Still didn't sleep last night, but I mean I slept a little. It's still a pretty good rager, but it's not nearly as intense as it was, and that's good. Like it was even hard for me to meditate the last few days because I just couldn't sit still. There was so much fucking energy in my body. And it was interesting how like I wasn't feeling the peace I usually feel or the spaciousness. It was just so, like I said, it was just so much alchemy, transformation. It was, you know what it reminded me of? Basically, right when Kundalini woke up, which is saying a lot because that was crazy intense. But that's the level it was reaching, where the only thing I could do then and the only thing I was starting to be able to do now was lay in bed and just kind of moan and like get in the fetal position and just burn and burn and burn. That was really interesting. And, but you know, this time so much more in the Divine Mother's arms, and I just trust so infinitely. Like I felt held still in the fire, because the fire, guys, it starts bringing up some fucking deep, heavy, gnarly stuff. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. That's why I'm making this video. I'm not sugarcoating this at all for you guys. What's happened in this experiment for me? It's brought up some gnarly shame, some really crazy, heavy shame. And when heavy shame's up, it filters your whole reality. You just start seeing through the one who felt ashamed when he was whatever 5 or 6 or 10. It brings up that feeling of I'm bad. So you literally start walking around in your reality with like, as the one who's feeling I'm bad. And that's really hard to do, you know, if you don't have that deep connection to your divine nature, to where you know what you're feeling and how you're perceiving isn't true. That can be a really hard thing to experience. And it's still really fucking hard, even when you know the truth, right? That you are good, that, you know, that I am innately good, and everyone else watching this, every being is innately good. So yeah, I wanted to make this video just as this is what's happening. You know, you guys have seen me at some real fucking highs on this whole staying in my power, and now I want to show you like what happens when the fire just keeps burning and raging. And you guys, I'm sure, have been through your own fires. If you're interested in this channel, if you connect with my message, with what comes through me, more than likely you've had a fiery fucking path. More than likely you've faced a lot of fierce grace. And I just want to share, yeah, I walked myself into some very fierce grace, and I had to ask for a break. I just want to be honest. But like I said, the fire's still going very intensely, but it's dampened a bit, right? And I'm learning so much. I'm learning the passageway and the entryway into how to like start a fire in the vessel, how to heat the vessel up so that stuff can burn away, like karma and unconsciousness and darkness. I'm learning and that could be different for everyone. For me, it's like aloneness and just speaking my truth when it's controversial. Those kind of things heat my vessel up and really start a fire. For you, it could be something totally different. So I'm learning that. I'm also learning like when the fire is going, like I start feeling so much light, like pressing into me as I stay in my power. It's just like I start filling with so much light that the energy tends to get stuck in the crown and the third eye. And I've been learning like it's so important for me to really allow the energy to go all the way down into the body. And I've talked about this on previous videos, how this energy I can feel wants to go all the way down through your feet and into the earth. Like the fire wants to go all the way down into the earth through you. And for me, for a while there, it was just I was keeping it up here. And I think because I wasn't connecting to stillness enough while the fire was building. I mean, and it's so easy to say this in retrospect, right? When the fire's dampened a little, because when that fire is fucking burning, dude, it's just like, you're just making it from one moment to the next. You're just breathing, right? You're just like really comforting that inner child who's like, all right, this is a lot. I trust you, but this is a lot. So yeah, that's what I learned is like, and also I've been in a very channeled state, as you guys could probably tell from my recent videos. Like I just been really bringing, I feel like, spirit through. And what I'm learning now is, can I bring this light through and channel it through my heart, channel it through my gut, my sacral, and my root? I think I've been doing a really good job of channeling it through the crown, the third eye, and the throat. But can I let this, this light deepen and then bring it through? Can you guys feel that? Like from an even deeper place, like in my guts, can I be in this kind of fire with this kind of light, feeling my being and be more embodied and not be so much up here? And that's one of the reasons I wasn't able to do sessions for a little bit as well, is because I was getting very, very ungrounded there for a minute, a few days, maybe like a couple days. But it was like that combination of such a fire and being so ungrounded that was really, I had to use some discernment and wisdom. Like, okay, I think we're at the point now where the fire is not as helpful as it was, and now it's just like time to like, let's get back into center. Let's ground. Let's hopefully get some rest. Let's synthesize and process and digest everything we just learned, because when you're in a fire for that long, you learn so much, and I feel like kind of more fresh now, and more like I feel like kind of like brand new in a sense, because so much of me just was burned away. So it's like you're kind of reorienting to like, okay, what's, to like this new consciousness, you could say. So like taking my time, letting myself do that, and just, yeah, like recalibrating and then taking all that information that I've learned, and I'm not saying I'm like turning away from the fire for good or anything. Like, no, it's still going as I'm speaking right now, and I'm even gonna probably turn back into it, but now with so much more wisdom, right? So much more awareness about how it can best serve me, and through best serving me, serve you, serve the one, serve anyone watching these videos, and my clients, and just everyone I see. Like my learning how to, like, yeah, really anchor this light, and having kindness to the human. And so that's why I wanted to make this video. I want this to be fucking real. This is a really hot fire, and I want you guys to know, like, it's really it's an incredible experience. I've had some amazing highs through this. But to like honor that part of you, if it's real for you, to like patience. There's no hurry. We're not in a rush. There's no race. If you're trying to do something like this from an egoic place because you just want to get healing over with, or you want to fix something in yourself that you think is broken, or you think that you'll be more worthy, you know what I mean? If it's coming from that place of lack, if you want to do something like this from a place of lack, I would urge you not to do it. And I would urge you just to relax, enjoy your life, take your time. Don't try to force yourself to stop doing things that you think are beneath you. Love yourself unconditionally no matter what you're doing. Stop judging yourself. Take the pressure off. You know what I mean? Just like bathe in that kind of movement for a while. But if genuinely there's something in you that's pulling you from a deep place, and it's a curious place, an interested place, and it has like genuine excitement, and you're not trying to get anywhere with it, you're not chasing something, you're not thinking this is going to be the thing that's going to make you the person you've always wanted to be, and you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can feel that, like, feel where that's coming from, and if it's a true place, hell yeah, walk into that fire. And here's the thing, we can choose to walk into the fire. Sometimes, even if we don't choose to walk into the fire's still there. And I know you guys know that too, right? I'm sure a lot of you watching this are like, what the fuck are you talking about? We're already fucking on fire. There's so many flames already. Like, we don't have to consciously do anything. There's just so much fire. And things are moving so fast on planet Earth right now. Like evolutionary, in an evolutionary sense, like, yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of flames to go around. So, anyways, I just want to give you guys a little raw, authentic update of my journey, and wish you all much peace, much love, and much kindness towards yourself. Namaste.